Statement of cash flows. Yes, this is one of the components of financial statements. But it is also something very important from analyzing the financial information point of view. Well, in this module, we will discuss the purpose of preparing statement of cash flows. Okay, so please be attentive. What we see that this statement of cash flows is all about cash receipts, okay, which is also known as cash inflows, and cash payments, which is in fact the cash outflows. Okay, so cash receipt and cash payment, it is something we are very much familiar and we have worked it out in our cash book as well. There we see receipt side and payment side. Okay, so whatsoever coming in the receipt side, we are calling it as cash inflows, and whatsoever is being written in the payment side, we are calling it as cash outflow now. Well, question arises that when we have cash receipts and payment with us, when we have cash book with us, then in the presence of that cash book, why we are preparing statement of cash flows? Okay, so we have to see the answer of this question which is arising in your minds right now. Well, the answer to this is very clear when we go through the purpose of preparing cash book, purpose of preparing receipts and payments account, and the purpose of preparing the statement of cash flows. We know very well that cash book is in fact a book of original entries. And when we say book of original entry, so each book of original entry is prepared in chronological sequence. So in the cash book, we prepare that cash receipts and payments in chronological or in a date sequence. Whereas in receipt and payment account, those receipts which were recorded or entered in the cash book, or those payments which were entered in the cash book on chronological sequence, are now summarized for their accounting heads. So for each accounting head, for example, let's take very simple example. Salaries are paid on monthly basis. So in the cash book, we will find 12 accounting entries for payment of salaries to staff. Supposedly at the end of each month, we will see cash paid to staff as salary, cash paid to staff as salary, cash paid to staff as salary. 12 times. So what we do in receipt and payment account, we make summary of salaries payment or cash paid to staff as salary and add up all those 12 transactions under one head and present it in the receipt and payment account as one. So receipt and payment account is a summary of all the cash receipts and paid during the accounting period, and it is prepared headwise. Okay, account-wise summary you can say. Now, statement of cash flows. This statement of cash flow is in fact an analytical statement in which we analyze that from where we are receiving cash and for what we are utilizing cash. Okay, so there are three activities in which we bifurcate cash receipts and payments. Those are operating activity, investing activity, and financing activity. Okay, when we say operating activity, this operating activity relates to the operations, or in simple words, the profit or loss account, or in the income statement you can say. So any cash inflow or cash outflow, or in a way receipt and payment, that is coming out of the operations is placed there in operating activity. And if cash flow belongs to the non-current assets, it belongs to the investing activity. And if the cash flows, receipts and payments, belong to the non-current liabilities and owner's equity items, these are the financing activities. We will learn in detail that how to work out these operating, investing and financing activities. So the important tip to remember in this module is that although the statement of cash flow is one of the 5 components of the financial statements, but this is also an analysis of the cash inflows and cash outflows. Therefore, this plays a vital role, very important role in analyzing the financial information as well. So we will put our concentration in learning how to prepare the statement of cash flows and how to ascertain that what this statement of cash flow is talking about. Okay? So your attentions would be required in the upcoming modules. Thank you.